We're about to spoil Preacher, Season 3. If you haven't seen the show and plan on watching it, then click away now. Or if you have seen it, or you just don't care, then please, stick around.
Well, we're back, 2026. I do miss the TV episodes, but doing just movies, it's been real nice, able to quickly get through episodes.
Nah, we're doing Preacher Season 3.
Cameron, we've been doing movies. It's easier. It'd be so weird to just jump back to Preacher Season 3.
We're doing Preacher.
We're doing Preacher.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Cinema Roulette. All right, we are here today with something that's going to be quite fun and that I'm looking forward to, but is not a regular thing that we are going to be doing on this show.
Yeah, like we said last year, we're not going back to movie TV like we used to do. We just don't have time. But since we had a nice break in January, and now we're here in 2026 with February, we had time to sit through Preacher Season 3.
I'm gonna kick your...
That was a wonderful silence, but I forgot not to say the title during the opening banter.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, if you want to just put the transition there, that's fine. It works.
That's why I paused long enough.
And that was lovely silence.
Was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will also say we don't know if we're going to do Season 4 this year or if we'll just make it the thing for the start of next year as well. Who knows? Time's weird.
Yeah. Time is an illusion.
If we recorded this episode last week, we would have been threatening to take over Greenland, and now we're not.
Yep.
It's crazy how time works and not stressful at all.
Mm-hmm.
There was one episode where I make a joke about time, and there was something ironic about it. I forget what it was or what episode.
Yeah. Like someone said something and just like, no one asked you.
I'm trying to think if there was... I know we already did the intro. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else to say before getting into the show.
Yeah, I don't know that there is, honestly. We should probably let's just get into it. There's a lot to cover, so...
I will say, too, you have finished the show between our hiatus.
Yeah.
I have not.
Yes, yeah, so I have seen it, and Justin had not before.
And... I will say, I think this is the weakest season so far. It's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Scream 2 not bad. It's still a very good season. I just think it's weakest, and we'll get to more reasons why after the summary.
Yeah. Yep. And I will say now, just seeing the rest of the show, yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
Oh, do we need any trigger warnings this one?
Probably. Besides, well, there's gore, there's obviously heavy religious satire and outright mockery. There's...
Yeah, but we haven't warned about that in the past. We usually warn about, like, actually upsetting stuff.
That is true, yeah. There's... I think, like, probably besides that, I don't think there's any, like... There's no, like...
I think we made through a season without someone killing themselves, so that's nice.
Yep, so there's no suicide. I think probably the most egregious thing is what TJ does with animals, but yeah, that's all that's said about that.
Yeah, but we don't really have to bring that up.
Nope.
Other than there.
Yeah, honestly, shockingly, for Preacher, no.
No, we just went with blasphemy for a whole season.
Yeah.
And honestly, I could care less.
Honestly, yeah, same. That's why I was trying to just go through a checklist in my mind. I didn't mean to, like, stall it out there for a second, but I'm like, shockingly, no.
It was just one of those moments of like, oh, you actually passed for once.
Yeah.
Good for you. Okay, let's get into this season. We don't open right where we left off. We instead open in the past. at Angelville, a retired plantation where people get history tours and magic cures. We see a man cured of his alcoholism. We also see some lay assisting the magic old woman. This assistant tries to run, gets caught, and was holding a piece of paper. She eats it. The old lady's like, "Give me that piece of paper," and literally cuts her open. This is Jesse's mother.
Our grandmother.
No, the woman dying is Jesse's mother.
Yeah, right. Yep. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the present where things are sunshine, rainbows. I'm kidding. Tulip is still dead. Jesse and Cassidy are heading to Angelville and also really ready to fight.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows.
A lot of time has passed since the flashback. The place looks like the house in RE7, basically.
Mm-hmm.
No one seems to be home as Cass and Jesse start arguing again. For those who didn't watch past episode, don't remember the past season, or other reasons. Cassie is pretty pissed off at Jesse for not letting him turn Tulip into a vampire to save her life. And since no one's here, it seems Jesse's plan to save her isn't going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
But as they're tossing each other around, it honestly is a surprisingly even fight.
Yeah.
A hillbilly shows up. This is one of two hillbillies from a flashback. This is TC. And then Grandma rolls in. Not Grandma, Grandma.
Yep. Grand apostrophe ma.
Cass says a joke and gets himself knocked out, while Jesse begs Grandma to save Tulip. Jesse used to work for Grandma. Grandma is mad at him for running away, but he says he'll do anything. So he signs a blood pact basically and has to go get a few items to save Tulip's life. Because her soul is still there technically. You kind of go into a waiting room once you die.
Yeah, it's literally purgatory.
Yeah. Speaking of which, kind of purgatory. Tulip is here, and her waiting room, similar to hell in this universe, it's reliving a memory. This is the memory of her father, or what she kind of has left of it, because it's clearly not just one day, multiple days have passed. But she is sitting on the couch with her younger self. Her father comes home, talks about how he's out of prison, he's gonna make himself better. Well, he gets a job at a convenience store. Sometime later, he had a disagreement with his boss, which ended with him killing his boss, and he ran home, and now the police are here. Shootouts ensue. But all this purgatory stuff doesn't happen in one scene, so we keep cutting back to Jesse going around stealing from the Boyd gang. We'll talk about them a bit more in a sec. But by the time we do cut back to Tulip's purgatory, her father was gunned down during the police shootout, and her younger self was just kind of stuck sitting on the couch, waiting for the cops to bust in. Also, here we find out her family is cursed, in a sense, to always make the wrong decisions.
Yeah. It's that O'Hare curse.
Yeah, the O'Hare curse. Which Jesse's dad mentioned in a flashback back in the first season. Which actually also, one of the hillbillies we meet later, named Jody. He's kind of the muscle of Grandma. He apparently killed Preacher's dad, but I thought it was the meatpacking dude from the first season who called that hit. I don't know. Fucking Rorschach being a pain in the ass even after death.
Oh, I know, 100%.
But either way, antics ensues. We get the supplies. Tulip luckily gets the message and wakes up. But while she's waking up, she sees God, and God tells her she has been chosen to do something she kind of forgets until the plot says it will be relevant.
Yeah. All she hears is get cut.
But yeah, but this is all episode 1.
Yeah, by the
Before
way.
or before we move on, like I said, Joe Odie's the other hillbilly. Big muscle, killed Jesse's dad, so they kind of want to fight. TC, the one we met earlier, he's sort of the brains of the operation. He's able to fix things.
Yeah.
Also, Cass had a conversation with Grandma that does technically lead to something, but also they kind of ignored this one for another scene later. Next episode, we open with a flashback with Jesse working at Angelville, which was after his father's death. So that sucks. The simplest version here is Jesse goes and gets people to come to Grandma for whatever ails them. And if you make a deal with Grandma, she will heal you. Whatever it is that ails you.
Yep.
Just if you don't keep up with payments, you get the Soul Sucker 9000.
Yep. That's what we call it, at least. They never call the machine anything specifically, but it's the Soul Sucker 9000. Come on.
It's a more fun thing to call it.
Yeah.
Those souls are also why she, even though she looks the same age, even in the flashbacks, she's still alive.
Yep.
But don't worry, the people who get their soul sucked aren't dead technically. I mean, Jesse doesn't have his soul at the moment, so...
Yeah. Or at least part of it.
Anyway, after that flashback, cut to India, where Star and his forces are killing a bunch of people. It looks dope as hell.
It does. It's a rad action scene.
Jesse calls him up, and he really wants his voice and soul back. Star's like, fine, we can make a deal. However, at this moment, Tulip is back to moving around and is outside just doing some shooting practice, meets Jody, and then spots the Star agent that did successfully kill her.
Featherstone.
Heather is her name?
No, Featherstone.
Oh. I'm going to call her Miss Stone.
All right.
I think she went by her fake name was Jill last season.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stone gets spotted and they have themselves a little chase. But since Jesse still wants to be in good graces, catches up with her and sends her in a way to not be fucking murdered at the moment. It's like, tell Star I want this goddamn deal. Anyway, the Boyds, or Madam Boyd, who is the other soul cure voodoo person in town.
Yeah, so there's like 2 competing voodoo soul healing offices, which is great.
Well, they were competing. Now, since Jesse left, Grandma hasn't been having good business, which is also why she's a bit angry.
Yep.
And Boyd has basically taken all of the business. However, we need a distraction in order to talk with Star, because we don't really want Grandma knowing about the whole soul and voice thing. So they go piss off Boyd, so that way they'll attack the plantation. During that, Jesse has a secret meeting with Star.
Yep.
Star seems to give him his soul back, but as soon as Jesse tries to use his voice, he's like, yeah, no, I'm not giving your soul right now. I knew you would try and make me suck my own dick.
Yeah. Now that we've gotten that out of the way.
Now that we can talk with more level heads, and they do talk with more level heads, Jesse is like, fine, you know what, I'll do the Messiah thing, just give me my voice. Star's like, cool, it's in my car. Also, during the battle outside, Cassidy got shot.
Yep. In the shoulder.
However, Tulip runs into the kitchen where Jesse and Star were talking, and then sees them walking out to the car. And that plot convenient memory comes in. God said, kill them sons of bitches.
No, it was get those sons of bitches.
Oh, sorry, get those sons of bitches.
Yeah.
He wants them dead, though.
Yep.
Either way. Or does he? However, she attacks far too early, so Jesse wasn't able to grab his soul. She hits Star in the top of the head, but not... like, it just skims him. I'm sure this will be used for mature character growth later.
Isn't that right, Garth?
Isn't that right, Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
But Star decides to leave Jesse there because I think Jesse admitted he can't leave this place without his voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he needs to use the voice on Grandma to basically cancel the deal with Tulip.
Yeah, and with himself.
Yeah. Yep. Or I should phrase it as to free Tulip and cancel the deal with himself.
Yeah. There's also a part of me that there is a really easy deal to make with Grandma here, but we can get to that as well.
Yeah.
So Jesse's a bit mad. However, due to TC going back to Grandma and being like, "Where's Jesse? I thought he was with you." She realizes something was up and takes the little cloth that he made a blood pack on and twists it, which chokes Jesse.
Yep.
Not enough to kill him, just enough to be like, "Hey, you're under my rules."
Yeah, and I think Jesse's like outside at that time when he starts choking, and Tulip's like, "What's wrong? It's Grandma," and then she goes to Grandma, right?
Yeah, but it just kind of hard cuts. It's not Tulip stopping it.
Yeah.
Jesse also goes and has a conversation with Cassidy, and it's like, "Okay, hey, you gotta leave. They don't like fucking vampires here."
Mm-hmm.
But Cassidy says he isn't leaving until him and at least Tulip can get out of here. Which Jesse says fine, but it's gonna hurt, and he stabs where the bullet wound already healed because Cassie had been drinking blood and takes Cassie's blood away. He has to heal normally, otherwise they'll know something's up.
Yep. So they hear him scream, burst in the room, and he's like, "Oh, nope, gonna take longer to heal."
Then we're going to... This might have already been episode 3, but we're going to episode 3. Tulip tries to go grail hunting because they left a business card. However, when she gets there and attacks some random fucking janitor...
Yeah, just pistol whips him.
They're already gone. I do love that, though, where she yells back at him like, "Where are they? I don't know, lady. I just sweep the floors."
Yeah, I'm just the janitor. Why'd you do that?
So she drives back angry, but then God pulls her over, and he says, "All is going to plan, and I am a loving God." She's like, "Even me messing up and them getting away? Yes, all part of my plan, child."
Yeah, I was counting on it.
And then he says just to have faith in him and goes back to his motorcycle. Then Tulip gets out of the car and says, "You're full of shit." She didn't really like his answer and asks a bit more why he's here. His answer is he's setting up a test, pass or fail. Tulip still isn't happy with this fucking answer and pushes him further, saying he's just fucking about and trying to make it sound deep. Which, that does piss off God enough to knock her back, but not hurt her.
Yeah, kind of just threatens her, like, "Do not tempt me or threaten me, Tulip O'Hare.
I am the Omega, the Almighty. Ba, 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 ba. I am still lightly disappointed God just looks like a stereotypical God.
Yeah, they kind of went with the generic design, which, knowing God's character later, I can kind of see, because it's like making fun of, Old Testament God, but that's just...
And also making fun of older movies, like when he goes on his big rant about being God Almighty. It's literally like old film style effects around him, which is a really cool thing.
It is. I love how they play with that. Like in season 2, how they did like the grindhouse filter for the car chase, and like they play with aspect ratio sometimes. It's great.
Or we'll talk more about it, but there's one great flashback where they make it like cheesy 50s horror movie. It's great.
Yeah.
Also, the plot might get a bit confusing here because everyone kind of splits off into their own thing pretty soon.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to continue with what happens with Tulip for this episode, and then we'll circle back to Jesse and Cassidy.
Yeah.
So Tulip snoops around Angelville a bit more before finding a file cabinet full of bloody cloths. TC tells her that is what binds people that deals with Grandma. And if you say, "Rip it before Grandma says your debts are paid," you'll die horribly.
Yeah. Like, literally, it will rip the person in half.
Yeah. Or whatever you do to the cloth will happen. It's basically a voodoo doll.
Yeah.
Knowing Jessie is cursed by this, she goes to the only other person who might have a solution, which is Boyd. And Madame Boyd was actually waiting for her. There was a bit of a trickery, but Tulip sees through it.
Yep.
And even Madame Boyd is like, I knew this was going to happen. I've been meaning to meet you, Tulip O'Hare.
Yeah, because she tries to, like, use a fake name to get into Boyd's office.
Yeah. Tulip's gonna kidnap her, but we'll leave that a pin in that for now.
Yeah.
Back over with Jessie and Cassidy. Jessie tries to apologizes again and tries to give more of like, you should really leave, but Cass still says no. Jess goes to town. I just call him Jess sometimes. Jessie goes to town looking for more clients, but the only thing anyone seems to want is to reopen the tombs, which Jessie says will never happen. We'll find out what the tombs are in just a bit.
Yeah.
Because spoilers, they're gonna open.
Mm-hmm.
Also, back at the house, Cass basically repeats the scene that I mentioned before of seeing Grandma, but this time he debates asking for a love potion. He doesn't say this specifically, but it's obviously to get Tulip to come with him and leave this place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to save time now. He doesn't go through with this. He does get the potion, but he does not force Tulip to love him.
Yep.
Because that probably would just make him far too fucking unlikable.
Mm-hmm.
However, later that night, Cassidy also gets really annoyed about having to heal normally, so he tries to vamp out on some farm animals and is caught by TC. TC and Jody hang him up outside, and they're going to wait till dawn. Luckily, Jessie comes out and has another idea. Let's reopen the tombs. The tombs... Remember when I said once your soul's taken, you're still alive? Yeah, you get tossed into here.
Yep. You're basically, like, zombified.
You're zombified, and it's a fight club between the soulless.
Yep.
So the idea is to let this dirty vampire that Jessie definitely hates fight it out battle royale style.
Yep.
And then people come down, bet on the fights, and that's how they pay off their debt, but, their debt will never be paid.
Yeah.
Because people are evil. And that would be the end of only episode 3.
Yep.
Episode 4, we're in hell. But this time we get to see the devil.
Yep.
Killer of Killers is back in hell and meets with the devil. Devil punishes him for leaving.
The Saint of Killers.
Did I say... Oh, I put Killer of Killers because I'm stupid.
You're good.
That's Predator.
Yeah.
I would want to see the Saint of Killers versus the Predator. I think that'd be rad.
Oh, fuck yeah.
We need more, like, if we're gonna just reuse movie ideas and stuff, can we just start having actual death battle movies?
Yeah, right? What happened to those?
Fucking hell. Anyway, but yeah, Saint of Killers is punished by the devil for leaving. We also get a flashback to the past tombs where we see young Jessie leading the fights, which cuts into Cassidy fighting.
Yep.
Also, Tulip kidnaps Boyd. And we find out a bit about Madame Boyd's past. She did date Jessie at one point, but he broke up with her. She thinks it's because he's an asshole, but really it was because Grandma wanted Madame Boyd to come there, suck out her soul, and then she has no competition.
Yep.
So it was to keep her safe, and also because Jessie still did care about Tulip, even though he was forced to move in with Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
They do get a plan to get Cassidy out of the tombs before shit gets bad, and that is to chop him up, put him in a box, and just ship him out.
Just mail him.
Yeah, just mail him out.
Yep.
Jesse even put like a blood pack near his head so he could eventually drink that to heal himself up. sorry, the plot ping pongs back and forth, so excuse me if things get confusing. Back with Boyd's backstory, it turns out her brother went to confront Jesse about breaking up, and according to Ma'am Boyd, Jesse fought him in the tombs and killed him, and then purely enjoyed it. He let the crowd cheer, sort of thing.
Yeah, very sadistic.
I'm sure that's totally what happened. Cass also doesn't take to being shipped off well, so he just drinks the blood and gets back out. Tulip eventually lets Boyd go after getting some slight information on how to get rid of Grandma. Like, you just kill Grandma, and then if she's dead, all the curses are lifted. Easy. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. It's not like we're competitors or anything.
Yeah. And not like that could negatively affect Jesse or Tulip in any way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Grandma has said some cryptic things about Tulip living.
Yeah.
Cassie shows up again in the tombs right as Jesse was about to get in massive trouble with Jody and TC as they realize he let Cassidy escape. And Cassidy and Jesse fight some more. Tulip also comes downstairs and, after hearing Madam Boyd's side of the story, sees Jesse taking too much enjoyment in fighting Cassidy. This might ruin their relationship. It doesn't.
Yeah. Because he even tries to like hammer it in. See, this is who I am. This is what I do. If you don't like that, you can just leave.
Yeah. Cassie is able to escape by wearing a skin suit of a pedophile.
Yep.
That happens. And Tulip was somewhat in on this plan because Cassie comes up to her car. But even she's like, you need to get out of here. Like, it's not safe for you. And Cassidy does at least listen to her. We also find out Jesse didn't kill... Well, he did kill the brother, but it was clearly self-defense, and he was fucking mortified by it.
Yeah, as the brother was choking him out, he was like, stop, stop, stop.
It was all kind of an accidental death, but Jody pushed it forward and made the crowd cheer. It wasn't Jesse's doing.
Yep.
Tulip does go back to Jesse and is like, we're going to get through this together. I know that wasn't you. And he's like, okay. And then they fight the Hicks.
Yep. Just straight up fist fight.
Oh, I forgot we have to get back to Star.
Yeah.
Because Star has been dealing with things too, since he can't deal with Jesse at the moment. And it's with the Allfather. The Allfather is a disgusting glutton.
Yep.
But he's the main one who's pushing... He's like the main pope figure that's pushing for Humperdinck to become the new Messiah.
Yep.
Did you think we forgot about Humperdinck? Humperdinck's still here.
Yep. And he's here to stay.
And Humperdinck does a little dance. Because even though the shits himself can hardly form a sentence, he can tap dance. And that is what the Allfather says. We should show that to the world as the Messiah coming back. So that clock started ticking. Jesse and Tulip don't win the fight with Jody and TC as of yet because, well, we're only episode 5 of a 10-episode season. We can't solve everything right now.
Can't solve everything right away.
Tulip is chained up, and Jesse is shoved back into his coffin that we saw in season 2. But yeah, with Humperdinck's arrival coming sooner than later, Star is getting worried and is like, Jesse, we really gotta speed things up. Jesse also while trapped in this little box underwater, remembers his true icon, John Wayne.
Yep. And it's not like you never see his face, but yeah, it's like, yeah, and they never say it because of, I guess, copyright or whatever. But yeah, it's literally straight up John Wayne.
Yeah, I don't think they got the rights to use his likeness.
Yeah, they just did the voice and had his face and a cowboy outfit that kind of looked like his outfit.
Also, Cass is out there. He's just trying to be normal. Grant Grandma is debating using the Soul Sucker 9000 on Tulip at the moment, but TC is even like, wait. If you do that, Jesse's gonna be so pissed, it will not matter what you do.
Yeah.
Like, he's an idiot, but even he can see, like, that's a bad choice.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse also gets a plan to escape this coffin, which it doesn't work right away, which is really funny in a dark sense.
Yeah, because he like dramatically goes underwater because he tries to like light a cigarette and have it suck up the thing because air's coming in and out and go into the thing and ignite it and explode.
Yeah, he's trying to explode the air pump so that way then it will cause enough pressure to blow up the coffin and let him out.
Yeah, but then he drops his cigarette into the water. He's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, it takes him almost the entire like matchbook basically to get it working. Also, if anyone knows like the science of water pressure, can you tell me if he's dead when that coffin opens?
Yeah, because we're not sure. We know there's a certain distance you have to be away. I don't think
it would be deep enough.
I don't think it is either, yeah. It's a lake.
I assume it's like as deep as a diving pool, so like
yeah,
10, 20?
Something like that. Any water pressure experts, let us know.
I'm sure you're listening to a movie podcast talking about Preacher.
Yes, right up your alley.
You need to have other hobbies. Going over at Cassie, he's just trying to go back to being his normal self, which is really hard after all those adventures.
Yep.
And eventually the Grail catches up with him because Star's idea is to capture Cassidy and then hold him hostage, forcing Jesse to become the Messiah.
Yeah.
However, but right before Cassidy is captured, a bunch of vampire fanboys basically save him. One of the things he was trying to do normally was he tried dating a woman who said she was a vampire, but she was just some girl who likes to pretend to be a vampire.
Yeah. She had like fake teeth or whatever.
Her and a bunch of other people who like playing vampires save him. And we'll find out more about them in a second, because the episode ends, and then next episode, we're back with Eugene, who is in an orphanage.
Yep, after escaping hell.
Yeah, after escaping hell and Hitler went somewhere. Oh, that's right. I never got back to the Saint of Killers. The devil gives the Saint of Killers a job. Go back up there and get Eugene and Hitler, because he doesn't want to be known as the guy who people can escape. You know, it's all about image.
Exactly. And yeah, because he's the devil's like, well, God's gone now, so I got some big plans.
I got big plans. Also, the Saint of Killers is sent with an angel of death.
Yeah, the literal
She's there. She's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, the literal angel of death.
Is she the angel of death, or is it? I thought it was just kind of the way they said it. It was more of a job title of like, yeah, anyone could be filling this, but you're the current angel of death.
It could be. They never really say about the hierarchy, but she does say her name in one scene. She's like, "Who are you?" When Tulip's like, "Who are you?" and she's like, "I am like Israel or whatever the hell it is."
But yeah, and Eugene, we're seeing him on a special day because he's gang adopted. Or no, it's the Saint of Killers.
Yeah, the Saint of Killers literally adopts Eugene. Like, it's so goddamn funny because, like, it just hard cuts to someone being thrown through a fucking wall and the Saint of Killers adopting Eugene. I want to know what the process behind that was. Did he just walk in and, like, fill out an application to adopt Eugene or what?
Yeah, because the woman that comes back to say, like, Eugene, someone has come for you. She starts asking the saint too many questions, and he just throws her through a
Yeah.
fucking wall, which they use in the intro, which I love.
So great. And the Angel of Death is Azrael. Sorry. But she does say she is Azrael, so I'm assuming she is the OG Angel of Death.
She's the OG.
Yeah.
Can't wait for her diss track towards God.
Right. Oh, shit. All right. We need to get back on track here. All right.
We do. Back with Cassidy. He wakes up and it turns out, yeah, these are all a bunch of people who want to be vampires. There is even a leader of the vampires. Akaris? I'm going to call him the Count.
Yeah. I think it's Acarius, but yeah, the Count works because he's literally
He's
literally dressed like
literally
an old count.
dressed like the stereotype vampire.
Yep.
He even has all the powers. He can fly. He can make people. He can hypnotize people. That sort of thing. He
Yeah.
can even turn to animals.
Yeah, he can change to a bat.
I'm looking at my own notes and I'm wondering what I'm doing.
You're good. Oh man, that's funny. I've done that before.
Because this is the first Soul Heist, but it's not the Soul Heist later.
Yeah. I only thought there was one Soul Heist.
No, I have one written here earlier where they rob the bank, but before they're working with Star.
Right. Yes, there is two. Yeah. I think we're at the second one because I think that one was earlier.
No, it's here on episode 6.
Oh, okay, cool. Huh.
Yeah, because episode 7's the Osaka Soul Heist.
Okay, so we are on the right one. Okay, that is the first one.
I'm forgetting what happens there.
Well, that's the one where they go into the bank and like they steal all the souls for Grandma, like the vials.
Oh, they're stealing the souls for Boyd.
Yeah, for Boyd. Yeah.
Or the Boyd souls. Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Okay. So yes, that's happening. I'll just add it in there.
Bam. Editing is weird.
But they're trying to get more souls for Grant Emma so she doesn't fucking kill over already.
Yeah.
The Count shows off powers that Cassidy could have if he drank more blood, basically.
Yeah.
And also they're getting a bit of a romance.
Spicy.
However, Cassidy tries to push people away and goes off alone again. He even gets a call from Tulip, who's trying to like keep things positive as things go to hell.
Mm-hmm.
But we also see that Tulip is in the Soul Sucker 9000. I'm kidding. It's Boyd. They try to play this like a trick for some reason.
Yeah.
Also, we find out the All-Father knows about Jesse in some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And that's right. Madame Boyd is getting her soul sucked out. She's tied into Jesse's past, though, is really intertwined with this story. I'm sure something will... Oh, she's dead.
Yeah, no, she's just axed off.
Yeah, she's dead. Gets a Viking burial next episode.
Yep.
That's it for her.
We'll get to that.
We'll talk about that more later. We also find out about one last character we didn't know what he was up to. Hitler.
Yep.
Hitler is working at a Subway knockoff called Maxie's Grinders. I love this show.
So good, right?
But Hitler is still Hitler. He's giving rallying speeches and trying to get skinheads to start the Fourth Reich, I guess.
Yeah.
The Saint's here, and the Saint grabs Hitler. Back at, like I said, there's a Viking funeral in the swamp for Madame Boyd. Star is also here because he's getting worried about the whole Humperdinck thing and wants to get Jesse back. And Jesse's like, well, I can't do anything with her. So Star goes to make a deal with Grandma. I forgot to mention last episode we revealed the shot Tulip took him. Yeah, it made a slit down the top of his bald head, so he's a literal dickhead.
Yep. So now we have ass face and dickhead. Great. Thanks, preacher.
Classy.
Yep.
However, Star makes a deal. They're going to send Tulip and one of his, you said her name, Miss Stone.
Oh yeah, Featherstone.
Tulip, Stone, and Jody are going to go to Osaka to rob the vault of that one soul company we saw in season 2, Happy Soul Go-Go. I'm happy I remembered that, but I can't remember other people's names.
I know, right? That's so funny.
So that's the plan. They're going to go to Osaka, steal all those souls, give it back to Grandma, and Grandma is going to let them go for at least a little bit. Cassidy decided to go back to the other vampires because it's better than being alone.
Yep.
And what happens here is the Count, once someone is ready, he will let them fly, aka he turns them into a vampire, and then the idea is he will send them on a plane to another random country and they will start their own vampire coven or cult.
Yeah, now they become the leader.
And not to take over the world, not to kill people, just to get vampires equal rights, basically, is the idea.
Yeah.
Make people more comfortable with vampires.
Yeah, make more vampires so vampires can group together and say, we're not that bad.
Which, I mean, they can survive off blood packs and animals, so honestly, yeah, they seem like they could be fine.
Yeah.
It even gets to a point where Cassidy gets over his fear and turns the woman who tried to date him earlier. Cassidy and the Count have also been hanging out. They've been, because Cassidy's been showing off his side of life of doing every drug and alcohol possible.
Mm-hmm.
Everything seems pretty chill with the Count. They, Cass and the Count, while they're out one night, almost get attacked again by the Grail, which Cass tries to push him away. It's like, I don't want you to be in danger. And the Count's like, I don't want to be without you. And then they kiss.
Yep.
Bisexual Cassidy, let's go.
Yes, I know, right? I was like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, bisexual confirmed. Hell yeah.
However, since this is Garth Ennis and the Count is not one of the main characters, it turns out he kills his followers. Like, he'll say, oh yes, we're going to the airport, and then he takes them off on a random road and sucks them dry, basically.
Yeah, or he'll take them to the airport into a hangar or something and then kill them.
Well, no, because we see the one place by the highway where it's all just ash on the ground because he pushes their body out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's his spot. I forgot. I just assumed that was a hangar. My bad.
Star also, with the heist going on, Jesse is still going to go with Star. Grandma is left alone in the house with TC. Jody, Tulip, and Stone are going to Osaka, and on the elevator up, Star tells Jesse, you have to kill the Allfather. I cannot do it.
Yeah.
And as soon as the doors open and next episode starts, Jesse starts shooting the shit out of the place. He even shoots the Allfather in the body. Now, that doesn't sound important in an audio podcast, but if you watch the show, the Allfather is kind of like Kingpin in the sense that he's very, very big.
Yeah, very big, very heavy, and he has so much body fat that the bullet does not actually hit any vital organs.
Yeah, it doesn't kill him, so they tie up Jesse. We also see the heist worked out.
Yeah.
Everything's great. Except Grandma is going to be thrown outside to be sent to hell. It's a nightmare from Grandma.
Yep.
And this nightmare causes Grandma to call up an old friend, Satan. And they make a new deal that I'm sure is good for everyone. Tulips in Japan. That's all the note I have. Jesse wakes up and he's in the Soul Sucker 90,000. So what's going to happen here is the Soul Sucker 90,000 is going to take Genesis out of Jesse, send it into a little padded room with a glass window where Humperduke is, and send Genesis right into him. This happens, and like season 1, Humperduke explodes and then it goes right back into Jesse. Also, to get Genesis to come out, Jesse is shocked with like 2 little things on his neck.
Yeah.
He's completely tied down and can't do anything really about this. However, Star says there is a gun in his coat pocket. Not that he could reach it because his hands are bound.
Yeah.
But it didn't work. However, we have an our Humperdew. Yeah, it turns out they have multiple clones, and they will keep doing that. They basically keep injecting him with different DNA or make the clone have slightly different DNA
Yeah.
till they can find the balance of evil and good.
They're essentially just brute forcing Genesis into Humperdinks and different clones of Humperdinks. It's the most fucked up scene of the season, and I love it.
Oh yeah, it's full on
Explode.
blood fountain explosion
Oh,
each
yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah.
And they literally just go in with power washers, clean up the room, and then send in the next one.
Yup.
There's another agent named Hoover who has been trying to track down Cassidy so they can still have the leverage of holding Cassidy hostage. However, Cassidy notices him and brings him to the vampire cult. Back at the heist, everything actually kind of just works out.
Yeah. 2 pretty successful heists in a row.
Oh, also, the Angel of Death has been sent to get Tulip. There's one little issue with that, and we'll get to it in just a moment.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't know what Tulip looks like. So while they're getting off the plane from Japan, which got to Louisiana in just a couple of hours, it's not like that's a 24-hour flight.
Yeah, I was gonna say time it seems to be irrelevant. I don't know if the Grail just has faster planes or what. Maybe they have super.
No, it's a public plane.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Sure.
It's that plane company from Fringe where they can get from New York to Georgia in 2 hours.
Right.
Or she could get to Germany in like 3 minutes.
Yep.
But either way, the Angel of Death instead takes Stone after Tulip lies her ass off. Also, Cassidy had been wondering where the one girl he turned went, and after too many slip-ups from the count he puts together was happening and even catches him in the act.
Yep. Goes to his little hidey hole and.
Well, he catches him in the garage, basically,
Yeah.
about to suck up. Because they decide to turn Hoover into a vampire.
Yes. That's right. Okay, keep going. Yep. Now I'm remembering.
Yeah, he catches the count and is pretty pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
Back with Jesse, who'd they mix? It was Brady and what?
I'm sorry, what?
Hold on, it's actually a name of an episode. I can just...
Yeah.
The Tom/Brady mix.
Right, the Tom Brady mix. Yeah, because I think that Tom Brady was a sports person. I think a football.
Well, Tom Brady, full name, is a football player, but I forget who are the 2 souls they mix to get it balanced.
I think you're right. I think it is the Tom/Brady. Yeah.
Well, that's the name of the episode, but I know it's Tom someone and Brady someone that they mix DNA-wise. Because I guess your goodness is in your DNA?
I don't know. Silly. In this world, who knows?
Religion, is soul in the DNA or is it elsewhere?
Well, no, it's not. It's elsewhere, but... Let me see. Where
It's in your ass.
Surprisingly, it won't be the first time we mention something up someone's ass. It's the only.
Oh, right. I did forget to mention that plot point. The Allfather also has Jesse's soul up his ass.
Yep. He said it's in a safe place. There it is.
Your
Todd.
phone is in a safe.
Oh, that's it. Got it. So Tom Brady. Tom Brady is Thomas Jefferson mixed with Wayne Brady.
That Wayne Brady?
I think. Thomas Jefferson good, Wayne Brady evil? I don't know.
Wayne Brady, the comedian from Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I have no idea. I don't know the
Do you
logic
guys
behind
not
that.
like Wayne Brady?
I don't know. Maybe it's a different Wayne Brady. Maybe Wayne Brady's the good. I have no idea. Someone who knows more about those two people, let us know.
I mean, Thomas Jefferson. No, wait. I'm confusing No, Jefferson would definitely be the bad.
Yeah. And then Wayne Brady's the good.
Thomas Jefferson was a cunt.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, I had to remember.
But
our
either
history.
way, after that long tangent, the point is that mixture works, and then they kill the Humperdew it works on for some reason.
Yeah. Well, because they have the correct mix, so they can just make another Humperdew.
Yeah, but you already have one.
Yeah. I don't know.
You already won. Why did you shoot him? That's the one thing that confused me, because I thought it was going to be like, well, the Allfather's now going to get the DNA mix and he will get Genesis.
Yeah.
But no, that's not the plan at the beginning of the next episode.
It's weird.
Nor does it matter, because Star is forced to step out of the room for one reason or another. And Jesse just decides, well, there's no way he can reach for anything. So, hey, Allfather, I have a gun in my coat.
Yep.
He just basically tells the truth, says Star's gonna betray him, and the Allfather's like, really? And then pulls out the gun. However, one little issue getting that close. Jesse was able to take one of the electric things and stick it to the Allfather, so when he goes to hit Genesis out of him, it doesn't work.
Yep.
Instead, shocking the Allfather, Jesse, he gets loose, and the Allfather is now the all-over father, because he's over there and just about everywhere.
Yep. So obviously Genesis doesn't work on him, and yeah.
Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Yep.
Jess has his soul back. In agreement with what Star said, he doesn't kill Star. He just tells him, like, shut up, stay there, I'm going. Because the world is going to end. The whole idea was to, bring Jesus back, second coming happens, that sort of deal. We have to stop that, and the Allfather also had things in place to still have that happen.
Yep.
Also, Jesse goes in back, and instead of killing every single clone, he just releases them.
He just releases them in the wild so they don't know which, yeah.
So none of them will be seen as the true Messiah, and also they'll just wander around. One gets hit by a car. There's literally hundreds of them, and we just see them in the background from now on.
Yep, it's hilarious. So dark. So fucked up.
There was also a problem with Tulip, because yes, she got Stone to be taken away,
Yep.
but Stone had a suitcase with her. Tulip also had a suitcase that she thought had the souls, but no, that was the computer.
Yep.
Stone has the souls, so they have to go to the bus that's going to take everyone to hell. And Tulip almost gets the case back, but Eugene's on the bus. And Eugene is a fucking idiot.
Yep, and he recognizes Tulip and just starts saying, Tulip, Tulip, and the Angel of Death is like, wait a minute.
So the Angel of Death takes Tulip on the bus, Stone gets sent back, and the souls are being sent back to Grandma. Also back with Cassidy, he tries to tell the group the truth, but was basically knocked out long enough for the Count to make up some lie. And since Cassidy is a non-believer, he gets strung up to a pool table, basically crucified.
Mm-hmm.
Tulip on the bus ride to hell, because for some reason it's not instant. I guess it's more annoying to wait.
Yeah.
Tulip starts pissing everyone off, basically. Cass also starts to set doubt in on the group because the plan was to have him tied up on the pool table and open the window and the sun would burn him, but the sun's all the way over there because it's midday.
Yep.
So they're going to have to wait for it to get around. And then Tulip tries a few things to stop the bus, but nothing works. Luckily, Nazis show up with a tank.
Yeah, Hitler's boys ended up showing up anyway because they were running late. It was like, they should have been here by now.
Yeah, Hitler did actually inspire a few skinheads around here.
Yep.
So he has a couple of Nazis show up. Don't worry, we're almost done with summary.
Yay.
Jesse gets back to Angelville, and Jesse is going to fight Jody. Tulip, the Saint Killers, and everyone fights off the Nazis. Luckily, Tulip and Eugene find time to run. The Saint just decides, fuck it. God also saves Tulip and tells her to tell Jesse to stop looking for him. Tulip tells him to fuck off, and he's like, well, I was going to be a kind God and let you go get your friend Cassidy because he's in real trouble, but if someone wants to be a pouty bitch about it...
Yeah, wink, wink.
So Tulip still basically tells God to fuck off and then runs off. Jesse at least has some honor with fighting Jody and does it in the tomb and also doesn't use his voice. But he does eventually... He wins the fight, obviously. He's the main character. We need him for next season. I do have to explain, with the vampire cult, this had been in one of the cult members' basements with their mother, and she's like the most generic, sweet old lady.
Yep.
Even when Cassie is like crucified, she's like, oh, do you need a little bit of water, sweetie? That was the main way he was sowing doubt, though, was talking to her. Mm-hmm. And suddenly, she wants to take flight next. Cassie also convinced the Count that, you know what, I understand. Let's keep doing this. I've changed my mind. So they go to do the ceremony and make the mother take flight. However, the Count realizes an issue. She's already been bit. Mm-hmm. All of them have already been bit by Cassidy.
Yep.
Yeah, he sent the mother to call all the people who took flight, and yeah, they quickly realized Cassidy was telling the truth.
Yep.
So they were all turned into vampires, and they chew up the Count. We'll just finish this off so I don't have to cut back here.
Yeah.
All these new vampires, that army that Cassidy can control, ask him what to do, and he's like, well, you're just gonna live now.
Yeah.
And then Hoover is back. Hoover didn't die from the Count, and he even went back to Star for a bit to say he was a vampire now.
Yep.
But while Hoover's in the basement, he gives Cassidy an umbrella. Yeah, the Star's team lifts up the house, the sun comes in and kills everyone but Cassidy and Hoover. So Cassidy is captured for now.
Yep.
Oh, also this whole time... Well, before we get back to Jesse and his issues, the Saint of Killers and the Angel of Death have kind of been bickering. The Angel of Death kept making fun of his family dying. You know, just the one thing he cares about.
Yeah.
Sure, it's smart to piss him off.
Yeah.
Also, she mentions how since God is gone, all the rules are out the window.
Bit of a slip of the tongue there.
That's also... Yeah, that's also why... That's why Tulip and Eugene get away, because he realizes neither their souls are meant to be in hell, at least yet. Tulip will probably go to hell.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Probably going to hell.
She has actively berated God directly 2 times, so...
Also murdered many people.
Oh, yeah.
He's a loving God, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I didn't even bring up the moment when. So, I forgot to mention earlier, Tulip did kill Grandma, but then Tulip immediately fell over because the when reviving Tulip, Grandma ate a bunch of different parts of Tulip, like her toenails and hair, to be gross, but basically tied their souls together.
Yeah.
So if Grandma dies, Tulip dies. When Jesse, after Jesse kills Jody, he goes into the house and Grandma knows what's up. She, she knows he's going to kill him.
Yeah.
Kill her. So that deal with the devil was simple. If she dies, Jesse goes to hell.
Yep.
Because I guess you could just market other people's souls.
I guess so.
So, hey, demons, I want to sell some people's souls.
Oh, stop.
What? One deal with a demon can't be that bad. I played Doom. It worked out.
You're just going to explode randomly one day.
It's true.
Finally, the premiere of our first movie.
I'm finally happy. Contract ends when finally happy.
I peeked the mic there. I apologize.
Future Justin, enjoy that.
Yeah. Look for the really big spike at about an hour 11:57 in the raw footage. Although by the time I say this, it'll be too late. So,
But yes, tells Jesse if she's murdered, he's going to hell, which he really wants to avoid for some reason. However, he does at least use the voice to have her destroy all the souls they got. Also has her say both Tulip's contract and his contract are done. He's about to walk away. But let's be honest. Fuck this old bag.
yeah, he literally gets into his car, is about to drive away, and then is like, you know what? No, this doesn't feel right. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Goes back, puts her in the Soul Sucker 9000, leaves. I forget if TC was killed or if he just kind of fucked off. Either way.
Yeah, I forget too. All right, moving on.
We're almost done. Cassie is taken by the Grail. He's somewhere, I think, like the Middle East?
Yeah, I think they're in the Middle East. Yep.
Yeah, he's in some prison in the Middle East. And back down in hell, Saiyan is like, well, you did a good enough job, I guess. I'll let you go and get the preacher. The Saint of Killers remembers, though, there's no rules anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So he just shoots Saiyan in the face. And with the Saint leaving instantly, and the Angel of Death isn't able to take position, the only other person here is Hitler. Hitler is now Satan.
Yep. What better person to rule hell than Hitler?
And that's where the season ends.
Yep. That was Preacher, Season 3.
Okay, where the fuck do we start with this?
Oh, good God. Yeah, I don't know. Should we get the negative out of the way? Because I think there's a lot more negative or a lot less negative than positive.
Yeah, we can do the negative, and the negative is a lot of just
Pedantic.
I don't think it's pedantic. I think this is a fair criticism of like, oh, here's an important character, or here's some cool ideas. Yeah, we don't want to deal with that though.
Yeah. No, I think I mixed two thoughts together. We had some pedantic ones, but that one is pretty egregious. Let's start with that one because we've been building up to that one. Madam Boyd.
Madam Boyd was so sudden, I didn't even think it happened.
Yeah, you had to like remember.
Well, no, it was like when we got to the next episode, I was like, wait, really? We're just done?
Oh yeah, because they ended it with that, right? So, yeah, it's a bit weird because like there was clearly a romantic angle. She's clearly integral to the plot. She broke up with Jesse. He's kind of the whole reason he went and found Tulip, and she's just dead.
She's that, like, really importantly tied to his past.
Yeah.
Tied more to how he's, like, a mix of good and bad.
Exactly. But like I don't know if it was like in the comics and it was just cut because there was already like so much to cover in the season, but yeah, it's not handled very well.
The only positive I can give it is at least it didn't do some dumb love triangle bullshit.
Yeah, I will give it that because like once you see that he loved her and like she kidnapped her, there could be easy setup for a love triangle, but no.
And also, it's so fucking obvious that the vampires Cassidy made. It was like,
Yeah.
okay, so Cassidy has an army of vampires now. What are we gonna do with that? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that makes him too overpowered. Back to square one. What do you mean square? Boom.
Grail captures him. Yeah.
Grail captures him and kills all of them. Also, I forgot to mention the recap. Star does kill Hoover.
Yes, he like flicks off his hat so he burns up in the sun or something.
Oh, right. That's the one thing Jesse forced him to do because he didn't kill him, but he said with his voice, "You cannot wear a hat."
Yes, yeah, so he's spiteful. Yeah, I actually didn't even catch that because Star is trying to like cover up his scar so you could see that as an insult. Oh shit.
Yeah, and since Hoover has to always wear a hat, or otherwise he'll catch
Yep.
on fire, he gets pissed about it.
Of course.
What a dickhead. Da-da-da.
Yeah. Were we still going on about Boyd or did we cover that?
I think that's enough with Boyd. I think
Yeah.
my only other problem is I'm sure this is in the comics and that's why it happened, but chopping up the gang didn't feel great.
No, it really didn't.
It felt like we should have learned this lesson last season not to keep everything from one another.
Mm-hmm.
Or to actually listen, but Cassie just kind of gets sidelined. I mean, I like the story with him and the Count, and
Yeah.
I think their relationship is cute and fun.
Yeah.
But it's still like, I want Cassidy with the gang.
Exactly. You want to see a gang group together. Yeah.
But no, it's just always like, anyway, back to the B plot
Yeah.
over here.
And the thing is, too, that's not to say it's bad at Meantime Back at the Ranch. It's actually really shockingly good with that. But yeah, it's just they get split up so much in the season.
Mm-hmm. And when I said this was the weakest season, I think it's because the first season was a lot more like this season, a lot more character stuff, stuck in one town.
Yep.
Hell, basically stuck to one house most of the time.
Yeah.
But after everything that happened in season 2, it feels like such a pull back
Yeah.
of the speed we were going.
It does, and I think that is the issue because like what they try to do is like kind of have build up season and then payoff season and then build up season and then payoff season is what they went for, and I think that's interesting and it could work, but yeah, I think we slowed down just a bit too much in season 3.
Yeah, like it. There's some crazy shit happening,
yeah.
and we'll talk about how fun it is in a sec. But there's nothing as wild as say like the opening car chase in season 2.
Exactly. So they're saving like the really crazy over the top shit for season 4.
I guess I'll say this before, unless there's other bad to talk about.
Off the top of my head, not really. I mean, we'll bring them up if I remember them, but yeah.
One pedantic thing. If Jesse just admits about Genesis in a way, like he doesn't have to come fully out to Grandma to say that.
Yeah.
But hey, if you let me go, I have this ability that can make people do anything I say. I can get you infinite customers.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, and it would make
It
sense.
feels like that deal would have been obvious, but
Yeah. To kind of let it on in a way, like not like fully say, oh, it's like from God, it's some big thing. But yeah, I think that would have been brilliant. But
but that also would have made things too easy.
yeah, exactly. I think that's the reason.
That's why I feel more pedantic about it rather than
Yeah.
why didn't they just fucking do this?
Exactly.
The dumbasses.
And I do really, I guess we'll just switch over to the positive then, because this feels like a natural segue into it, because there is so much more positive than negative.
It's especially natural if you point out it's a natural segue.
Yeah, that is also true. Yeah. Uh, just burr. But I like how you made that joke, and then that natural segue is now gone.
It's true.
But I really liked how like easy it was for Jesse to actually like they do show how easy it was for him to cancel the deal once he got Genesis. Cuz like he literally just walks in, Jesse, he's like cancel the deal with me. Cancel the deal with like the thing burns up. Cancel the deal with Tulip. Immediately throws up her things. Like it shows just how powerful Genesis it actually is and how fast this would have been solved.
Yeah, it is a real nice payoff to just like no more bullshit. Just let me go. You're free. Let Tulip go. Done.
Done. Exactly. And yeah, that's just something that I do love about the show in general. It's just the pacing is so really good. And I know we say like the pacing earlier, like we just said it slowed down a bit, but when it's good, it's still really good. That was just more of an
Yeah.
that was an overall type thing, like overall show season wise. That wasn't like specific to the season. As a whole, it flows really nicely.
Yeah, the season on its own is paced great. Like there's cliffhangers, but it's good old TV cliffhangers where it's like I can still wait a week, but I will be coming back next week.
Yeah, it's not like streaming nowadays where it's always someone's about to die, something's about to happen. Terrible cliffhanger. No, from episode to episode, it is still very satisfying.
In fact, I guess this is kind of in the middle. I was surprised by the ending of the season. Cuz like yes, it's a cliffhanger, but I'm not used to TV shows actually like leaving a hook and not like digging it into you in a sense.
Yeah, exactly. It's the cliffhanger that feels satisfying yet keeps you wanting more, which is what TV cliffhanger shouldn't be. Not just ends in the middle of the story. Bye. Next season. Wait a year.
Not just not just here's a huge cliffhanger. Anyway, we might get another season.
Yeah, no, and I guess I'll get that out of the way since we're talking about it now, which because that's how these shows work. But we I think TV shows nowadays have just completely forgotten how to pace a TV show, like how to make it satisfying still. Like I think they need to go back and look at what makes great television. Like with the advent of streaming, it was a different thing because you had to make it satisfying from episode to episode because you were getting viewers. You know, people were actually watching it as it aired. You had to factor that in. With streaming, you can just pause, come back anytime you want.
It's not even that. It's like movies want to be TV shows and TV wants
Yeah.
to be movies for some reason.
Yeah, I think they've like subconsciously thought that if we make it look like a TV show, or if we make a TV show look like a movie, then it'll have more credit or something. But they haven't realized that that's like there's a reason TV shows and movies were separate to begin with. They work in their own right. There's nothing wrong with incorporating elements of that. But overall, like it's just the pacing. There's a reason for it, you know?
Yeah, because TV, you're supposed to be able to go episode by episode, but now with streaming, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, we need them to be able to binge the entire season. And then with
Yep.
movies, when I say movies, I'm talking mainstream. Like, there's still great movies that come out. I'm not that fucking blind like some people.
Yeah. Like a lot of movie buffs.
But like the easy dead horse, fish in the barrel, Marvel likes to set up 6 different things in a movie that all need to pay off in several other movies. It's like,
Yep.
no, in a movie you should have the plot
Yes.
be contained in there and then da 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 da.
Exactly. Like
If you're making a TV show, then you can like
Yeah.
Fringe sets stuff up episode 4 that doesn't pay off till season 3.
Exactly. Like you're trying to make Marvel into like a TV show, and the thing is they also have TV shows as well. So not only do you have to like nowadays at least watch like 10 movies, but also like 2 TV shows just to get where you're at in the story. And like movies are a big investment. You know, movies are 2 to 2.5 hours long nowadays. TV shows are like an hour long. You can just do it in bits, which is why it's easier. Movies, you have to have like a contained story at the very least.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be, but
Yeah.
with binging, it's like, here, sit through 6 hours of content, which also, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I also, could you give me back like 13 to 20 episode seasons?
Yes. Not like 10 to 12.
That we say praising a show with 10 episodes.
I know, but yeah, fucking, it's just, it's ridiculous. And then, like, most TV shows nowadays have the opposite problem that Marvel does, where they're trying to make it like a movie.
Yeah, it's just such a pain. I literally can't watch modern TV shows because this is turning into a topic wheel.
A little bit, but that's fine. It's relevant because we'll circle back.
And also we don't talk about TV shows as often.
Yeah.
But there is a famous tweet, or at least somewhat famous, about quote unquote surf Dracula. The main point, actually, I'll just read the tweet. It's a tweet. The tweet's just, back in the day, if you did a TV show called Surf Dracula, you'd see that fool surfing every week in new adventures. But in the streaming era, first season gotta be a long ass flashback to how he got the surfboard until you finally see him surf for 5 minutes in the finale.
It's so fucking true.
This tweet has ruined TV shows for me because I'll try to watch something new and then I'll just get so fucking annoyed because it's like, why? The Twisted Metal TV show I actually did watch the first season and I mean to check out the second. But it's so true because the entire first season is setting up the Twisted Metal tournament,
Wow.
not even participating in it. Or I think it's Kevin Bacon was in a show called Bondsman. Setup was a bounty hunter dies, but then is hired by Hell to be a bounty hunter for Hell.
Sounds right as
Sounds
hell, right?
simple. Sounds cool. Sounds simple. He doesn't even realize he's signed up with Hell by the end of the first episode.
Are you serious? He doesn't even, like, I know you told me about this, but he doesn't even realize he's been signed up with Hell?
No, he just woke up with his throat slit open and it healed faster and is like, okay, back to go get revenge for who killed me, I guess.
Huh. Yeah, but it's like so true because like there's all this build up, a little bit of payoff, but I think it just harkens back to what you said about streaming, wanting people to binge everything all at once. Like they just want them to watch the whole TV show all at once, and here's a little bit of payoff, but you have to tune in next season so you can binge the next season. It's just a mindset that you're looking at the wrong way. It's just, you know, a bunch of corporate people trying to take it.
And worst part is, it says come back next season, and then there is a 10% chance you're getting another season.
Oh yeah, because they just love to be cancel happy nowadays.
Well, it didn't do Breaking Bad numbers, so we have to cancel it, even though Breaking Bad didn't really take off till season 4.
Yep. But yeah, that's the issue that's with so many TV shows, and it's just it's a bit jarring in a sense, but really refreshing to see a show like Preacher that doesn't do that shit.
That actually uses the pace of a TV show.
Yes.
However, it has the cinematography and effects of a movie.
Exactly.
That's what makes it good.
Yes.
See, we circled back after like 10 20 minutes of that.
Yeah. And like you said, that's fine. We don't talk about TV shows that much, so we won't probably get another opportunity to talk about it for a long ass time.
Possibly a start of next February or later this year. We will decide at some point.
Yes. So, but yeah, pacing and Preacher, phenomenal, to put a cap on that. I guess since you mentioned cinematography and effects, yeah, like the effects are just a bit wonky at times, but they do a really good job of either like playing it up with style so that they like cover the effects, or they just use it and whatever.
It's because they've used such cheesy effects on purpose before, it's hard to care when something doesn't work.
Exactly. Like the rest of the show is so fucking good that you just don't care by that point.
Like earlier I mentioned with God, the fake Technicolor
Yes.
glow he gets in one scene. It's purposely looking bad.
Exactly.
But then you get awesome effects like the makeup on the Allfather and when he explodes is awesome.
And you could tell they did it practically as well. It was great.
Absolutely fucking disgusting to look at the entire time.
It really was, like, Jesus. And the makeup effects on Satan were great as well.
I like Saiyan too because he was very 80s.
Yes. Yeah.
He looked almost like a Tim Curry in Legend, but a little cheaper.
Exactly. Like, there were times, I know you compared it to, like, almost Adult Swim, like, effects, but it's awesome because of it.
Yeah, that's what makes it a lot of fun. It helps keep the tone light in this show where so much fucked up shit happens.
And I think that's the brilliant thing about the show, is that it does that. There's just a lot of really good, really dark fucking humor, and that's probably, like, you know, Garth Ennis's whole thing. It's so dark and so fucked up, but there's a lot of really good humor in it.
Well, that's when Garth Ennis is a good writer. Then you have, like, the actual boys comic, which is...
But, yeah.
Just, I hate superheroes, anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I get that in this day and age, but...
The Boys was written before this day and age.
Was it before? Like, before 06, really?
When? I don't know. 08 was Iron Man.
Or 08, sorry, before 08.
Let me see. Actually, you got the year right on the head. It started publishing in October 2006.
Damn! Boom! But yeah, what I was saying is just like balancing the humor with the like really dark plot points, like when we finally see Tulip in Purgatory, for example. Like the tone there could have been really fucking dark, you know? She sat there while her father was gunned down by police and she was taken by the system. But they do it in this really surreal, over the top style where Purgatory is like this, you know, sitcom basically. And they like really play it up, and it just helps just keep you engaged while also, you know, dealing with all this really fucked up shit.
Dealing with the existentialism, the death, the murder, the sexual bullshit.
And I think that's one of the reasons they were able to get away with all this on network television.
Also, Walking Dead was coming out, and we showed like a person cut in half in the first episode. Who cares?
Exactly. Yep. But
also, before we move on more, I also want to talk about the flashback when we find out about how the tissues work.
Yeah.
Because I adore what... Well, we also realized this with flashbacks a lot, too, of it wasn't purely black and white. It was like just desaturated enough to start looking black and white, but there were still touches of color.
Because you could still see a little bit of color in there, and that's just why like the cinematography and effects and editing are so fucking good in the show.
But with the tissue flashback, they go full black and white, but it's like a classic horror movie. They have like the big thunderbolts, the thick shadows. It looks so cool.
Yeah. Shot in black and white. They go to like a literal straight up universal horror movie type style, and it's great. They just play around with it so much.
Yeah, one thing like a step back of making this show, something that I'm realizing I'm happy we're not doing TV shows anymore, is it's so hard to keep notes on what is happening in the plot, and also taking my own side notes of like, oh, I want to talk about this later and this later.
Exactly.
TV shows are annoying like that.
Yeah.
Which some people would bring up the obvious option of you two could just watch it by yourselves and then you'd be able to pause it more. Where's the fun in that?
Exactly. Which, don't get us wrong, we're going to, but
we're gonna watch it together. That's kind of the main reason for this show, was just to watch stuff.
Exactly.
I like being honest here, and also can face criticism if it happens.
Yeah.
The last time I'll bring that up.
And
Maybe.
we have the distinct advantage of having me seen the show already. So if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Yeah. Well, it's more of like stuff, like little details I'll usually write down for movies and stuff in the side of my notes to bring up later.
Yep.
But going off of just the good balance of tone, everyone's so fucking funny in this.
Oh my gosh, yes. Exactly. Everyone's great. They do definitely play a lot more into the comedy this season.
I think that's to try not to make it feel too downer with
Yeah.
people being owned as slaves, basically.
I mean, the setup is it's a literal slave plantation. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which, luckily, we don't chain up Tulip. That would have been a bridge pretty far.
Yeah. Glad we avoided that. But yeah, all the characters are hilarious. It's great. Everyone has like their own quirks. Everyone's really well written. They all have their motivations. It's just basically how to write good characters 101.
Oh, hold on. I have it. I know I had it written down. It's when Tulip and Jesse fight back, but Tulip gets captured.
Yeah.
Fucking oh. I think it's like TC tells Tulip while she's tied up, don't do anything stupid. She's just like, you'll see how stupid I can be. What? Just god damn it, Tulip.
Yeah, like I think you said too, like she does such a good job, Ruth Nega as Tulip O'Hare, because just her like expressions and everything are so good, her acting, and like that line, for example, like she's one of a handful of actresses that can like make a line like that sound badass, you know?
Yeah, because I'm sure my dumbassery of see how stupid I can be doesn't sound threatening, but
Yeah.
she actually kind of does.
Exactly.
Also, a lot of just good physical comedy too
Yeah.
from everyone. Cassidy's relationship with the Count is honestly pretty adorable before it goes bad.
It is, yeah. I was so glad when he was confirmed bisexual, and the whole little Vampire Coven subplot was great.
I I almost kind of wish they didn't go with the obvious the Count is evil, but
Uh-huh.
it was going to happen.
You know, it's Garth Ennis. There are a couple moments in the series where it reminds you, oh yeah, this is Garth Ennis.
It's like I wouldn't even say it's Garth Ennis. That's just kind of like writing 101 of,
Writing-
oh, this
yeah.
person seems too perfect.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, and like the villains are actually threatening while also being complete fucking idiots.
Yeah. Also, Jesse did at least grow as a character. Like there are
Yeah.
moments where both Tulip and Cassie kind of look at him like, "Are you about to go too far again?" And Jesse reassures them like, "No, no, I know what I'm doing. I just
Yeah.
need you to trust me," which I know is hard.
Yep. Yeah, like they're actually able to communicate and not just flip out. It's nice. Whole cast of stars does really good. Is there anything else you want to say about our main three?
No, I think that's about it.
Yeah. Cassidy just being one of the best things about the show. He's consistently hilarious and awesome.
I think that's also what hurt about him being split
Yeah.
from the group. It's like I want more Cassidy.
Right. Eugene was also kind of sidelined. We don't see him until like the last third of the season.
I don't care about
Yeah.
fucking Eugene.
Hairstar is awesome and hilarious. The guy who plays him.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of keeping deadpan during
Yes.
some of the dumbest moments.
Yeah, he's a great straight guy to all the insane chaos that's going on.
I like it when he gets snippy. I can't think of a direct quote, but just anytime he's like, well, oh, Messiah, none of this would happen if someone just listened.
Yeah, oh, he does shit like that. Like Featherstone walks in and he's like, Featherstone, what happened? You look like you've just been like up a monkey's butt or something because she had a red nose
Mm-hmm. Up a monkey's ass.
or something. Yeah, or like giving whatever that is to a monkey or whatever he said. Like he just gets snippy. It's hilarious. The guy who plays Hitler is so funny.
There is a part of me where it's like, man, dude, you're getting a bit too into this role, I gotta say.
Because the thing is, besides the fact that he's like a parody of Hitler and like this is Preacher and it's over the top, he's actually a legit good Hitler.
He's really good when he, because again, during one scene at the subway, he's in the alley with other workers having a smoke and he gives a rowling speech, but slowly goes into German. It's like, wow, you're doing that scarily well.
Yeah. Guy who plays him is Noah Taylor, and he's great. And guy who plays God is good. Like I already covered why he was great. The same guy, the guy who plays the poor guy who plays Humperdew has to just act like an idiot the whole time.
I wonder if he just got drunk before coming on set.
Right. They probably would have allowed it with all the shit they put him through. Yeah.
Also, the actress for Grandma.
Yes.
She is a great anchor back to the serious of what's going on.
Exactly. To like the plot. Like whenever she shows up, it's like, oh shit. Betty Buckley is her name.
Good threatening villain, which helps
Yes.
balance out the silliness of Satan and Hitler and
Yeah.
Star.
Exactly. And then, of course, there's just Johnny Coyne is the All-Father, who is just this grotesque, disgusting character. Because I had seen him in TV before in, I think it was a short one that only lasts one season, Alcatraz. Not a good show, but he's always consistently great. I've seen him around in other stuff too, not as a prominent role. Those are the only two like starring roles I've seen him in, but he's a really good TV character actor. And fun fact about the Allfather in the comics, he's actually even more grotesquely gigantic, which is insane.
I think there was just a limit of how much
Yeah.
makeup you could put on an actor before he fucking gets crushed.
Exactly. But yeah, everyone does a great job. Everyone's really well written, and yeah, just everything's great. But yeah, the plot in general is also really good, really engaging. Like we said, like we think it slowed down a bit, and just overall the plot was fine. But yeah, everything's just really good. And it's a season that, like, while in my opinion, I'll wait till I rewatch season 4, is the weakest. Wait, hold on? What'd I just say?
Even though you would say it's the weakest.
Overall, the plot is still really good. Like it's still you still have to watch it because so much happens that season 4 will make no goddamn sense if you don't.
Yeah, this isn't like a whole hard hit on the brakes, good God, this season. Yeah. It's still a good season. It just feels like a rather sudden jerk back after season 2.
Yeah.
And I guess that could be worse because I'm literally watching this like 3-4 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And I still feel that sudden slowdown.
Yep.
But again, it's not the worst. It's not unwatchable by any means.
Exactly. It's still really solid. Still, clearly the creative team was just on point still. So
I think it's because all the actors are clearly just going with it. Even the dude playing the Count is fully in, I am this universal Dracula character who's just living it up.
Yep, exactly.
We didn't mention that in the effects. The Count takes Cassidy flying, and it looks at best like Superman 4.
Pretty much, yeah. It's pretty rough.
Maybe Superman 1 and 2.
Yeah,
like
I would say 4 is a little harsh. 4 was canon films, so.
But yeah, it's so clearly cheesy, and it makes kind of the romance even better between the two.
Right? But Yeah, just overall still really fucking enjoyable. It's one of those shows that I'm just so glad it just got made in general and was able to actually finish on its own terms, you know?
Yeah, I'm happy we're going to get an actual ending instead
Yes.
of just bullshit.
Yep. But yeah, and I also love, just on a quick note, I guess before we end things, is there anything else you wanted to mention over off the top of your head or no?
Uh, Nothing really off the top of my
Yeah.
head. The people who play TC and Jody also do a
Yes.
great job.
That was
I don't have much else to say on them.
yeah, Colin Cunningham was TC, and then Jody. Why is he not listed?
He doesn't exist anymore.
It's apparently not. Okay. Who doesn't exist, Justin? What?
Jill?
Jeremy Childs, right? Jeremy Childs is Jody, and Colin Cunningham is TC. They do a great job.
The dude who is the tallest, biggest guy has last name Childs.
Yeah.
God fucking damn it! I hate irony.
But I just love how like comic booky this show feels. It's really great. Like they just have like they play around with the style and the editing, and you feel like you're reading a comic book. Like I love the one scene where Tulip and Jesse are just talking, and he's like, "I'm gonna go kick God's ass." Well, how do you think you're gonna do that? And then it just hard cuts to like an image, like a dream sequence of her kicking God's ass. It's great.
Yeah, I think that's also what helps the show a lot. Is it's not annoyed it's a comic book.
Exactly. In fact, it plays into it, and it's great because of it. And I think that's like you said, with the actors just rolling with it, why it works so fucking well, because it's so over the top and so stupid and so funny, but at the same time really dark and fucked up and really engaging. Like it's an interesting what if situation, you know?
Yeah, it feels like if a big studio made this, they would have to wink at the camera every 50
Yeah.
minutes like, isn't this crazy?
Yup. But no, the people reading who made the show clearly love the comics, love the character, had a clear vision, and it's great to just see this come into fruition. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for season 4 when we get to it.
So am I, man. But yes. How would we rate this, Justin?
We don't rate TV shows.
Just play like a rewinding sound effect.
We also don't have a wheel to spin because we don't do TV shows anymore.
I knew that one. Yeah.
At least for now.
Well, okay.
So anyway, welcome back to the new year. We're back.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Seriously, we appreciate it. Whole other year. Whoa.
Whole new year. Next week we'll be back to movies, and movie we actually spun at the end of Goldfinger, which if you didn't listen to the episode, listen to the episode.
Yeah,
it was
seriously.
decent.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was about a movie Cameron doesn't really care about, but
That never gets old. All right. Anyway, we will see you guys next time.
I still love the fact I forgot you were in the I didn't say the movie we were doing next.